Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at GCNlive.com.
Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben. Nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your health and vitality and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 28 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne and psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure? Because the human biological system is always a healing system, a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you're dealing with a health challenge, chronic degenerative health challenge, if you have questions about your medications, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you have a success story you'd like to share and want to contribute to the conversation, likewise, 844-236-6010. Or if you heard something on the news or read something or somebody told you about an ingredient or formulation, you want some clarification or some understanding, 844-236-6010 is our number. We welcome your phone calls. Try to call in early so we can get to as many calls as possible. 844-236-6010 is our number. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, or if you want to join the longevity team, join the Brightside Ben team, head over to brightsideben.com and you can click on the Join the Team link right off the website. You can also call the phone team at 866-735-2470. They can tell you all about it for a one-time $10 fee. You can start yourself a business, earn thank you checks for helping spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. Or you can just get your products at the wholesale price if you so desire. Call the phone team at 866-735-2470 or sign up right off the website, brightsideben.com, or my blog, pharmacistben.com, or my new blog, criticalhealthnews.com. Okay, welcome back to The Bright Side, friends. We're finishing up here with some short-chain fatty acid stuff. I want to talk, well, I probably won't get to talk about a couple more things about nitrates and nitrites. I want to talk a little bit about skin today, too. Last we spoke, we were talking about how these short fats, I'm just going to call them short fats or SCFAs, they're energizing molecules. They're easy for cells and for the body to convert into energy. That makes them ideal for fasting. That's how the body runs on fasting or runs while fasting. A lot of folks say, well, I'm not going to have any energy if I fast, if I don't eat. I need to eat to get energy. No, you don't. You don't need to eat to get energy. Ask anybody who's fasted. They'll tell you. You actually have more energy when you don't eat. Now, how the heck does that work? Well, it works partially because when we fast, we upregulate short-chain fatty acids, short fat production, and short fats can be used for energy. So, as it turns out, when you don't eat, you have energy. This is a evolutionarily adaptive mechanism. The brain in particular is fueled by these short-chain fatty acids, and the brain in particular, when it's fueled by these short fats, has a calming effect. And it's this calming effect, as we said yesterday, that accounts for SCFA's tremendous, tremendous value for bodybuilding, for weightlifters, for athletes, for folks who are recovering from surgery, for folks who want to lose weight, for elderly people, for people in a nursing home. This calming effect of the short fats accounts for a lot of the benefits associated with vinegar. particularly apple cider vinegar, which contains minerals. There's a short fat we talked about a couple days ago called propionate, and this propionate is sometimes added artificially to processed foods, especially grains and cereals. Propionate. Propionate is you'll see it on the ingredient deck as calcium propionate, or sometimes you'll see sodium propionate. It's a bread preservative or cereal preservative, and it's unusual in the world of fats, like all short fats, because it's half water soluble, half fat. And it's this fatty, watery dual nature that accounts for its ability to get through bacteria and fungal cells and then enter into the cell where it can do its killing work, its antimicrobial work. And this dual nature, this watery, fatty nature, everything in chemistry can be said to be water soluble or fat soluble, but some things have a dual nature, like these short fats are watery and they're fatty. And it's a common theme in the world of preservatives. This is one of the reasons why coconut oil is such a great antimicrobial. Coconut oil has medium fats, not short fats, but medium fats. But these medium fats also have a certain degree of water solubility. Not quite as water soluble as the short fats, but they still have some water solubility. And this accounts for coconut oil's wonderful antimicrobial properties. And it also accounts for coconut oil's sudsing or detergent or cleansing properties. Now, coconut oil by itself isn't going to suds, and it'll cleanse a little bit, but there are chemicals in coconut oil that can be extracted via processing, and many shampoos and skin cleansing products and detergents contain these coconut oil derivatives. Did you know sodium lauryl sulfate, the famous sodium lauryl sulfate, is at least partially a coconut oil derivative? These days it's probably made artificially, but initially, it was a coconut oil derivative. In fact, you'll see cocoa betaine sometimes, or cocoa metopropyl betaine. When you see cocoa, C-O-C-O, it's a coconut oil-like substance. Usually, as I say, these days, it's not extracted directly from coconut oil. Through organic chemistry, they figured out how to make these things artificially, but the chemical structure is similar to the stuff that's in coconut oil. Why? Because of the MCTs. Why? Because MCTs, medium fats, are watery and fatty. And that gives them detergent properties. That's what a detergent is, by the way, or a cleanser. A cleanser is a chemical that can interface with water from the tap and dirt in your hair or dirt on your skin. Dirt tends to be oily, and by combining water with the dirt, bridging, if you will, or adapting, like an adapter, the water from the tap with the oil from your face or from your hair, that's where dirt is. Dirt is located in the oil part of your skin. These detergents, half water, half fat, can pull everything together, rinse it all down the drain. That's how a cleanser works. Cleansers are always half watery and half fatty. Soap is the classic cleansing agent, obviously, and soap is half watery, half fatty. That's why it cleans. Short fats in general have an interesting relationship to the skin, and this is particularly evident when it comes to vinegar. Acetic acid. Vinegar is an acetic acid solution. It's a solution of short fats, acetic acid being a short fats. Typically, vinegar will be around 5 to 10, maybe 15% acetic acid, short fats. And vinegar is actually the smallest of the short fats, and the fact that it's so small, so tiny, and the most watery of the short fats gives it some really interesting skin properties. If you look at your bottle of vinegar in your kitchen cabinet, it looks like a water, but technically it is a fat. This is almost paradoxical dual nature as a watery fat, or a fatty water if you prefer. In combination with its tiny size, acetic acid is minuscule in the world of molecules. The combination of its dual nature and tiny size allows it to be particularly helpful for modifying the surface of the skin. The surface of the skin also has a fatty nature. The skin surface is technically called the stratum corneum. That means hard layer in Latin. Strata meaning layer, cornea meaning hard. That's the hard layer. And even though it doesn't look like it, there's a thin layer of almost a fingernail-like material that coats the skin, hence the term hard layer. This thin fingernail-like coating on the skin has fats interspersed with it, and the combination of this hard fingernail-like coating, which is made of protein, and fats gives the skin a water-repelling effect. You're like wearing a raincoat on the top of your skin. Think microscopically thin biochemical raincoat covering the skin. and this microscopically thin fingernail-like coating interspersed with fats that covers the skin, this raincoat-like covering on the skin, keeps water in, keeps water out, and accounts for the moisturization and the hydration, or a lot of the moisturization and hydration of the skin. You can upregulate and improve the water repellent properties and the water trapping properties by using apple cider vinegar. I'll tell you what I mean when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back after this.
Friends, this is Alex Jones from MidasResources.com. For more than 15 years, I have exclusively used Midas Resources for all my precious metal needs. Whether it's bullion or collectibles you're looking for, Midas Resources is simply the best. I own my gold as a hedge against inflation. This Federal Reserve fiat currency could go the way of the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic anytime. In these historically dangerous times, it makes sense to physically hold gold and silver. Midas already has some of the best deals in the industry. But if you give them a call and mention the radio special, they will give you a list of the day's super specials. Midas brokers are standing by to answer all your questions at 800-686-2237. They also have a lot of informative free literature explaining the opportunities and risk of holding precious metals. They are ready to answer your questions at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.
There's a man named Dr. Joel Wallach who is anything but your typical doctor, both a veterinarian and naturopathic physician. Doc asks, why does the United States spend more money on health care by far and still rank 50th in health and longevity worldwide? He believes that people should empower themselves with a basic understanding of nutrition, take charge of their health, and attain optimal health and longevity through nutrition, not by toxic prescription drugs that lead to side effects and more toxic prescription drugs. Doc Wallach's message is resonating with an increasing number of Americans who are waking up to all the big government, big pharma, and big insurance manipulation of our healthcare system. I'm George Norrie, and I like what Doc Wallach is saying and doing to enlighten people about health care. Visit brightsideben.com and listen to Doc Wallach's Deadly Recipes lecture. It makes a lot of sense, and I urge you to join the Brightside Ben team. Go to brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
By now, you may have heard a bit about Bitcoins. But did you know Bitcoins are now over an $8.5 billion market? And did you know that over 65,000 businesses now accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know bidbit.co. Why? Because bidbit.co is where you can easily receive Bitcoins by selling and auctioning off your own personal items or promote business products and services for Bitcoins. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products and services quickly, easily, and securely for Bitcoin at bidbit.co, the first and only marketplace website to offer BidBit Escrow, a proprietary technology which gives buyers and sellers security and peace of mind because all transactions are protected. Start today. It's free to join, free to post, free to auction, and free to bid at bidbit.co. Buy, sell, bid, or auction everything Bitcoin. That's www.bidbit.co, bidbit.co.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for joining us. Got a couple lines open for you. Our number's 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. We'll get your calls here in a second. Let's see. I want to tell you here. Hopefully, some of you guys are going to be at the convention, the Longevity Convention tomorrow. I'll be there for a few days, Wednesday through Saturday. If you see me walking around the hallways, stop by and say hello. One thing about the Longevity Convention is you see all the people who've lost weight, who've had their blood pressure, who've dropped blood pressure points, who've dropped, whose blood sugar has dropped, who've gotten off their medications. I mean, it's endless almost, over and over and over again. There's probably 1,000, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand people that come to the convention, maybe more. And I'm telling you, it is absolutely amazing how many people you see that have been impacted positively by the longevity supplements, the longevity message of nutritional supplementation and good health and wellness, of beauty through good health, of feeling better without drugs and medication. And you really get to see this at the convention. If you're a part of the longevity family, I really encourage you to, if you can't make it this year, come next year, or just really interact with folks, because you really, really, really get inspired. I can't tell you how, when I come back from the convention, I am so pumped, and I'm sure some of you guys know what I'm talking about. And that'll be, convention is tomorrow, goes through Sunday. I'll be there Wednesday through Saturday. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking a little bit about the skin. I'm going to spend a few days talking about the skin. A lot of things I want to say. I've always wanted to talk about the skin on this program, and I've got some new products coming out. Some of you asked me about the Truth Skin Health Treatment Systems that will be out here in the next few days. And in honor of that, I'm going to spend a couple of days anyway talking about the skin. Apple cider vinegar, short-chain fatty acid, a solution of short fats, wonderful for the skin. It takes advantage of the fact that it has a watery nature and a fatty nature. Like the skin, it has a watery nature and a fatty nature, and this dual nature allows it to penetrate. Once it penetrates through the fingernail-like coating, the raincoat on the surface of the skin, it does several things. For one thing, just the penetration tends to disrupt the surface of the skin. And this disruption of the hard barrier, the fingernail-like barrier, the stratum corneum, the hard layer, triggers growth, almost like an exercise effect. You can literally exercise your skin by using vinegar on top of the skin, acetic acid on top of the skin. That means more skin cells, a better barrier, more water trapping, more hydration, more moisturization, thicker and stronger skin. This disruption of the hard fingernail-like barrier can lead to a sloughing off of dead cells. That's called exfoliation. That leaves skin soft and smooth. It can also help remove some of the old pigment, giving the skin a more even tone. This is all from a $2 bottle of apple cider vinegar or distilled vinegar that you get from 7-Eleven or the supermarket. A second effect of your vinegar toner, if you will, is to penetrate through the surface. Remember, it's got a watery nature. Once it penetrates through the surface of the skin, that watery nature allows it to drip through to the bottom layers of the skin. It kind of drips on down into the lower levels, and that's where all the sponges are, the moisture sponges, and that's where the collagen is, and that's where the cells that make the moisture sponges and the collagen are. All of this stuff is created in the dermis, and your apple cider vinegar, once it penetrates through the surface of the skin, it can drip down into those lower layers and turn on the cells that make all the good stuff. The cells that make the good stuff are activated by the short-chain fatty acids. That means more collagen, more moisture factors, more blood supply. Again, just by toning your skin on a daily or every other day basis, or even a couple times a week basis with a little apple cider vinegar. This dual nature, this watery nature and fatty nature of the short fats and of acetic acid or vinegar, same dual nature that allows it to be an effective cleanser for mirrors and counters, and for the skin for that matter, also makes it dissolve or helps it dissolve skin oils. Yeah, that's that cleansing power. Remember, these short fats and medium fats have a cleansing power. It makes it ideal for dissolving skin oils, especially those that are associated with acne. Acetic acid vinegar solution is a short fat, and it's very similar to alpha hydroxy acids. Many of you have heard of glycolic acid or lactic acid. These are called alpha hydroxy acids. And guess what? Acetic acid vinegar or vinegar solution or acetic acid solution is an alpha hydroxy acid. It's like glycolic acid, and you can use it as a peel. You can use it as an anti-acne topical treatment. You can put it on a cosmetic puff or cotton ball and gently rub or even mildly scrub your skin. And you don't even have to restrict your treatment to the skin. You can use your acetic acid solution, your vinegar solution, or your glycolic acid solution for that matter on your back or your hands and your feet. You can improve the sloughing off of dead cells. You can smooth and soften calluses and hard, rough skin in just 2 or 3 treatments. As far as blemished skin goes, your vinegar solution, your acetic acid solution, or your alpha hydroxy acid solution, glycolic or lactic or malic acid. These can help unplug pores, prevent breakouts, speed up healing of formerly broken out skin. This is one of the benefits of using alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic acid for improving the appearance of blemishes and skin oils. Not only will you improve the blemishes or improve the appearance of blemished skin, but you're going to speed healing too, as well as remove skin oils. Glycolic acid, lactic acid, these alpha hydroxy acids, and we're going to spend some time talking about these for the next few days. These alpha hydroxy acids can improve photo-damaged skin, lighten dark spots. They're not exactly short fats, glycolic acid and lactic acid, but they're pretty close in terms of their chemical structure. In chemistry, we say like dissolves like, and that means that not only do these fatty, short fat materials like glycolic acid and vinegar help dissolve skin oils, but they can also help improve the fatty surface of the skin, or the fatty surface of a pimple that bursts out on the skin. The surface of the pimple, just like the surface of the skin, has a fatty nature. So you can unroof your pimples, essentially remove that surface. You don't have to pop your zits. You can just unroof the surface, and the infectious material underneath the pimple will come off. It's perfect for whitehead pimples, and for blackhead pimples, you can soften the little oil. Blackhead is a oxidized oil, or rusty oil, or rancid oil inside of a pore. And by using alpha hydroxy acids or vinegar, you can kind of loosen that blackhead. You loosen blackheads, unroof whiteheads, improve healing. Lots of benefits, tremendous benefits for dealing with acne, blemished skin by using apple cider vinegar toners, glycolic acid, alpha hydroxy acid toners. Alpha hydroxy acids, by the way, are miracle skin ingredients. When it comes to non-toxicity in combination with benefits, nothing beats alpha hydroxy acids, glycolic acid, lactic acid, and even vinegar, which is not, it's an alpha hydroxy acid. It's a combination of an alpha hydroxy acid and a short fat. All right, we'll continue talking about this on our next Bright Side episode. We'll also talk about some nutritional strategies you can use for the skin. We're going to spend a few days, as I say, talking about skin and skin health on the Bright Side. Time to hit our phones. 844-236-6010 is our number. Let's go to Carolyn in Washington. What's up, Carolyn? How you doing?
Hi. Thank you, Ben. You confused me on the vinegar, though. You were using distilled and vinegar interchangeably, like it's the same thing. I thought you were supposed to consume distilled vinegar.
No. First of all, you're thinking distilled vinegar, distilling is just purifying, so it's purified vinegar. But apple cider, are you saying you're confused between distilled vinegar and apple cider vinegar?
Well, I'm sitting here with Bragg's Organic Raw Unfiltered, and
That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
Yeah, and I would use distilled for cleaning the house.
Yes, for cleaning the house or your skin, or topically on the skin. You can also use it topically on the skin. I didn't mean internally. No, everything I'm talking about here, or I've been talking for the last few minutes, is topically for the skin.
Okay, that tells. Okay.
And receive discounts from 30 to 40% off on the finest Mountain House and Packaway brand freeze-dried and dehydrated foods for long-term food storage or even everyday use. Plus deep discounts on all in-stock survival gear. The Freeze Dry Guy is offering a wide selection of freeze-dried foods in number 10 cans and even individually packaged entrees. Remember, meats, vegetables, fruits, and long-range patrol rations are the main components for any long-term food storage. This is limited to stock on hand, so hurry and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, as always, free shipping to the lower 48 states. So hurry up and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, this is limited to stock on hand. The Freeze Dry Guy is your choice for survival food in an uncertain world.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
We've been patiently waiting while you tried to ignore us, waiting while you acted like we didn't exist, waiting for our chance to be taken seriously. The wait is over. GCN is available 24/7 at GCNlive.com. Navigate through news from your favorite hosts and download archives of past shows. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet or visit GCNlive.com for instant access and live streaming. GCNlive.com, the future of talk radio, now at your fingertips.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right, General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for $35,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet for $35,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100-foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Call 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
The freeze-dry guy, leader in the preparedness industry for 44 years, is closing his California warehouse. Don't miss out on this huge warehouse sale and receive discounts from 30 to 40% off on the finest Mountain House and Packaway brand freeze-dried and dehydrated foods for long-term food storage or even everyday use. Plus deep discounts on all in-stock survival gear. The Freeze-Dry Guy is offering a wide selection of freeze-dried foods in number 10 cans and even individually packaged entrees. Remember, meats, vegetables, fruits, and long-range patrol rations are the main components for any long-term food storage. This is limited to stock on hand, so hurry and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, as always, free shipping to the lower 48 states. So hurry up and call 866-404-3663 or 530-798-4414. Remember, this is limited to stock on hand. The Freeze-Dry Guy is your choice for survival food in an uncertain world.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
Free from the shackles of corporate America, we're the place for independent thinkers. GCN.
Okay, we're back on the bright side talking to Carolyn in Washington. Carolyn, you there, ma'am?
Hello. Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
sorry about the mix-up. So continue on. Continue on.
Okay. There's an echo. Well, I'll talk anyway, regardless of the echo.
Okay.
I have
Turn your radio down. Is your radio up,
I don't have.
Carolyn?
No, it is not.
Okay. Hey, Trevor, I don't know if you can do something about the echo there. There we go. That's better.
Can you
How's
guys
that?
hear that? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I got a little echo. I'm not sure what that is, Carolyn. I don't know what's going on over there. Back at the
Okay,
studio.
I'll have to tell you my problem and then listen for your reply. I had itchy legs, terribly itchy from the ankles to up to the knees.
All right, got it.
It's-
Here's what
and
you
then
want to
the
do with
rash form.
Okay, here's the thing about itching, and thanks so much, Carolyn. I'm not sure what the echo was there, but hopefully you can hear us on the radio. Here's the deal with rashes. Rashes and itches always are an immune system reaction. You can tell this because when you go to the doctor for a rash or an itch, the brain-dead medical model will use immune system suppressants. They will suppress the immune system in order to get rid of the itch. Now, while suppressing your immune system to get rid of the itch may give you some temporary relief, it's never a good idea to lower your force field. That's essentially what a steroid cream does. It lowers your force field. God gave us a force field. That force field is called your immune system, and it's located largely in the digestive tract, and the rest of it is in the skin, or a lot of it is in the skin. And this is so important because we've got charlatans and people who don't love the skin, bookkeepers and business people and bankers who are in the skincare business who will tell you all kinds of nonsense about how you address skin problems. And because they don't understand chemistry, they're not going to help you. They're not going to help you. They're not going to get to the root of the problem. So if you have rosacea, if you have itching, if you have redness, if you have rashes on your skin, you have an immune system / digestive problem. Both digestive and immune, they're basically synonymous. So when you have a rash on the legs or anywhere in your body, or you have a redness anywhere in the body, on the skin that is, what you want to do is you want to backtrack to your digestive issues. Do a food diary, number one, and look for problem foods. I will guarantee you with 100% certitude that if there's a rash or there is some kind of itchiness on the skin, you're dealing with some kind of digestive / immune problem. Look to foods. Eliminate problem foods. That means do a food diary. Don't try to use your memory. Do a food diary. Write down everything you eat. Write down how you feel after you eat that food in terms of your digestive system, that is. Diarrhea, constipation, bloating, heartburn, nausea, gas, whatever. And then you start to eliminate problem foods. That alone will make a huge difference. There's a couple other things I'll tell you in a second. But the biggest problem foods are going to be gluten and grains. Not just gluten, Carolyn, or anybody who's listening with this issue. Not just gluten. Gluten is a problem, but there's lots of things in grains. So the most likely suspects are going to be grains, peanuts and legumes, eggs and dairy. I call them the GLED foods. Grains, legumes, eggs, and dairy. And legumes include peanuts and peas and soy. The GLED foods. Grains, legumes, eggs, and dairy. Those are the most likely suspects when it comes to rashes and itches and unexplained redness on the skin. Now, you can also support the digestive system using supplements. The Biolumin Nightly Essence, tremendous supplement. The Biolumin Nightly Essence, 3 capsules in the morning, 3 capsules at night, tremendous for digestive health. Also, all fermented foods can be very helpful. The Fucoidan Z and Z Radical, of course. Ultimate Enzymes, apple cider vinegar, great for the digestive system. That can be helpful as well. And as I say, fermented foods. Also, if you want to throw in a couple other things, go to the health food store and get some lecithin granules. There's a relationship between bile, that's a digestive fluid, as most of you know, and itching. A lot of times bile gets dirty, and that can cause problems with itching. So using lecithin, using bile salts that you can get at a health food store. You'll get some of those in the Ultimate Enzymes as well. And then helping build bile can also be helpful. Taurine, the amino acid taurine, the amino acid glycine, that can be also helpful for building bile. There's a B vitamin-like substance called choline that can also be helpful for building bile. So you don't have a skin problem when you have a rash on your leg. Please, I shouldn't say that. 99% of the time you don't have a skin problem. Occasionally detergent might do it or some kind of topical thing, but that's rare. For the most part, you're looking at a blood issue. It just shows up on the skin because the proximity of the blood to the skin, they're neighbors. The blood is not quite all the way up to the skin, but it's close enough. And once the blood becomes dirty, that can cause immune system reactions in the skin. Please understand this. There are people who will mislead us into telling us, and mostly they're bookkeepers and business people and bankers who don't know anything about skincare. That's who's in the skincare business, you guys. It's very rare that you find a formulator and cosmetic chemist and therapist in the skincare business. Usually you have bookkeepers and bankers who don't care about the skin. And they'll tell you, oh, you just rub this on your skin. No, it doesn't work that way. If you got a rash on your leg, it may look like it's on the skin, but it's really in the blood and in the immune system. And how do things get in the blood and the immune system? Primarily through foods. To focus on digestion, make better food choices using a food diary, eliminating problem foods, and then using all the digestive support supplements that we talk about all the time on the bright side. Thanks so much for your call, Carolyn. Appreciate it. Let's move on to Virginia and welcome Cindy to the bright side. By the way, I have lines open at 844-236-6010. Man. Hey, what the heck is going on over there? It's Cindy.
Hi, Ben.
Was that you? What happened?
I don't.
Oh my God.
I hope not.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to tell you some really wonderful things that have happened, and then ask you 2 questions at the end. In June of last year, I started the bone soup, the apple cider vinegar, stopped gluten, sugar, Splenda oil, and margarine.
Okay.
In August, I spoke with you. And I stopped the medications for constipation, which were Surfax, Ducalax, and Miralax.
Okay.
And I started on the longevity products you suggested for digestive healing.
Okay.
Now, from that time until now, these are the good things.
Okay.
My diabetic hand syndrome affected 6 fingers. 4 are healed. 2 are more flexible.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, my fibromyalgia is much better. I can now flex from my neck all the way down my back and get my hands flat on the floor with my palms down.
That is awesome. That's all with nutrition and with dietary strategies.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Congratulations. Spread the word. Tell everybody. Believe it or not, people don't know this still, that you don't need drugs.
No, you don't. Now, I have a list if you want to hear it all. My diabetic neuropathy that I developed in my hands and wrist is gone.
Wow.
My nearsightedness got better. I had to get my glasses changed. There's less correction.
Your eyesight's improving, too.
Yeah, my eyesight's improving.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my eyelashes are longer, and they curled all on their own.
Oh, my gosh. Now, Cindy, let me ask you something. If somebody told you this a year ago that you could do all this without drugs, without doctors, on your own, what would you have said?
I personally would have said it was impossible, and I wouldn't have believed them.
Isn't that amazing? That's the hypnosis we're under as a culture by the medical model. And I don't want to say the people in the medical model are evil, but the model's evil. The model is predatory, exploitative, and victimizes most of us, people who aren't open-minded anyway. And thanks so much. That's awesome, Cindy. I'm thrilled to hear that. How can we help you today?
Okay. Let me just go down quickly because some of these I wrote to tell you the question. Let's see. My nails are thicker and stronger. The dark circles under my eyes are gone. People tell me my face glows. I am now getting at least 4 hours of sleep instead of 2. I have energy all day long.
This is tremendous. Cindy, we got to take a break. Hang tight, okay? We got to take a break, and we'll come back. That's awesome news. You guys, if you are on the fence about nutritional supplementation, about any of the stuff we talk about here, this classic example, and I hear this all the time, by the way. Thank you so much, Cindy. Hang tight. We'll get back to you when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this.
I had tried everything. I'd cut back the amount of food I was eating. I was lifting weights and jogging, but nothing was working. My body was literally starving for minerals and trace elements as well as key vitamins. And as soon as I had that, I immediately could eat half of what I was eating previously and be satisfied. Now, there are hundreds of great products at InfoWarsTeam.com, but I want to point out the 3 that have helped me lose 37 pounds in just 2 months. Products like Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and Rebound. When I started taking the Tangy Tangerine and other products every day, I lost more than 37 pounds in just 2 months. Now that's results. I want to challenge my listeners to go to InfoWarsTeam.com and to order just 3 of their products, and you will see the changes in the way you look, feel, and in your appetite almost immediately. Start your journey to health and wellness today. InfoWarsTeam.com.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
We live in a complicated society. Stressful issues are always popping up. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone? Have you ever been overcharged for a repair? Have you ever signed a contract or a document worried about identity theft? How many times have you been in those unique situations where you just wanted to call an attorney to find out if you're right or wrong, or what your legal rights are? But every time you think about calling an attorney, what do you think about first? That's right. Who do you call, and how much will it cost? Our friends at Legal Shield have found a solution. With a nationwide network of 6,900 attorneys who average 19 years of experience, Legal Shield's law firms take over 40,000 calls per week helping their members. For less than $20 per month, you can have access to Legal Shield on everything from the trivial to the traumatic. Let Legal Shield stand up for your rights at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com. Or call 855-340-SAVE, 855-340-7283.
Results will vary from case to case.
The human body is extraordinary. Despite all the stresses we inflict upon it, it still works hard to stay in balance. Thousands upon thousands of people rely upon Heart and Body Extract to help their body stay balanced. This excellent 100% natural herbal formula helps maintain healthy blood pressure levels, cleans arteries, promotes good circulation, balances cholesterol, and more. HB Extract, paired with healthy lifestyle choices like good nutrition and exercise, can give you a life free of pain, sickness, and fear. Recapture your youthful vitality and experience your body healing itself with the aid of HB Extract. It's extremely effective and it starts working in just days. Visit hbextract.com to learn more and to read scores of testimonials from satisfied customers. And we've never increased our price in over 10 years. That makes Heart and Body Extract as great a value now as it was the first day we sold it. A healthy heart is a happy heart. Call 866-295-5305 or go to hbextract.com.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are GCN.
Okay, we are back on the bright side. Got a couple lines open for you. If you're on hold, hang on. We'll get you here in just a moment. Cindy in Virginia.
Okay. All right,
finish
just a
up
few
here.
more things before my questions. Okay. I did have total body itching. It's all gone except for the hemorrhoid, okay?
Okay.
I am no longer hungry, and I don't crave foods.
This sounds great. This sounds great.
And I have lost 18 pounds since December. Now, in January, I spoke with you with Coach Cosmo, okay? You suggested that I become anabolic I'm doing Slender FX Whey, eggs, the coconut oil, and apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
And weight bearing, okay? I've done that. Now, constipation is my main digestive system.
Okay. Okay.
My question is this. I'm having bowel movements, and they're no longer constipated, which is a miracle in itself, because for 25 years they were.
You're the miracle. The body's the miracle. God's the miracle. The divine force. That's the miracle. Yes, ma'am.
That is the miracle. But I'm only having a bowel movement every 5 days. Do I add more fiber, or what do I do?
Well, lots you could do. First of all, you ever hear the expression "deer in the headlights"? You know the deer in the headlights. You ever hear? You ever hear that expression? Okay. No. Well, that's like when somebody gets scared, they'll have a deer in the headlights look. When a deer is running across the road and a car is about to hit it, instead of the deer running away or instead of the deer mobilizing to fight the car or to do something to resist the car, it freezes. That's called the freeze response. And that's a little known, the freeze response is a little known aspect of fight or flight. When we talk about stress, we talk about fight or flight. That means you either fight the stress or you run away from the stress. You flee from the stress. But there's a third aspect, and that's the freeze response. So it's really fight, flight, or freeze. And that's also known as the deer in the headlights look. Well, that occurs when we're under stress. Sometimes we just get paralyzed. Do you ever wake up? Do you ever have a dream where there's a monster chasing you or some bad guy is chasing you and you just freeze in your dream? Do you ever have that experience? No?
I'm not drinking too much anymore. So
Okay.
I
All
don't know.
right. Well, that's called the freeze response, and it happens to your intestines. When your intestines are bombarded by the enemy, they will freeze. That's called constipation. It can also be the manifestation of the intestines not wanting to move because they're so inflamed. And so they'll tense up, they'll freeze up, so they don't have to be affected by any kind of infection or any kind of attack on the intestinal muscle or the connective tissue. So the intestines will either freeze in response to fear or they'll freeze in response to being irritated chronically. So what you're looking at, my dear, is something getting into your intestine that your intestine doesn't like. Now, unless you're cutting your belly open and sticking it in through your abdomen, obviously you're eating it. Okay?
Yeah, that's right.
So you gotta look to foods. Dairy is you said you're doing the whey protein. Dairy is a very, very likely suspect when it comes to constipation. But I don't know what it is. It could be anything. Now, I could tell you a lot of things to loosen your bowels. I'm going to tell you in a second. But I'd be more concerned by why does your intestine feel like it needs to freeze? So you're still eating something that's not agreeing with you. You got to focus on that. Now, here's some strategies for just having a bowel movement. Okay.
Okay.
These will give you some short-term relief because you don't want to have toxins building up in your intestine. It feels terribly uncomfortable, as I'm sure you understand. So here's a couple things that'll just loosen your bowels for an emergency. Number one, vitamin C. Get yourself some vitamin C powder, put a half a teaspoonful, and then kind of gradually increase it up to a teaspoonful. If you do too much, you're going to get crampy, and you don't want that. So you want to find out where just the spot is where you're going to have a bowel movement. It'll take you about an hour or 2 hours for the vitamin C to get through your system into the intestine, and you should have a nice bowel movement. Especially if you've been storing stuff up in your intestines for a long time, you may have a really good bowel movement. You can also do vegetable juices. If you don't have a Vitamix, get one. And then grind up fresh vegetables. The fiber in the veggies will also have a laxative effect. Magnesium has a laxative effect. You can use the Beyond OsteoFX and the Healthy Start Pack, or you can get magnesium tablets or magnesium powder. I like magnesium glycinate. That has a nice laxative effect, maybe 2,000, 3,000 milligrams of magnesium. That can help clean you out there as well. Probiotics also can give you some laxative properties, and if worse comes to worse and you're not getting enough fiber from the vegetables, go get yourself a coffee grinder, grind up flax seeds, and put the flax seeds either in a smoothie or in water, and just drink up the flax seeds, and that'll also have a laxative effect. Now, if you do all of that, you may have too much of a laxative effect, and you don't necessarily want that. So kind of play around with the fiber, the veggies in the Vitamix, the vitamin C, and the magnesium, but most importantly, you have to check on you have to do a food diary and check on foods that are causing that constipation. And I can't tell you how proud I am of you, Cindy. That's awesome, awesome news. Congratulations. And spread the word. Tell everybody. Okay?
I'm doing that. Okay,
Thank
one
you
more
so
question if you have time.
You know what?
You don't have time. Okay.
I don't have time, but ask real quick. What's your question real quick?
Okay, I'm a type 1 diabetic for 50 years. I have low blood sugar. That's been a health challenge as well as the high. I'm on sweeties, okay? My high blood sugars are like 90 to 130, which is amazing. But I'm having low blood sugar still, and I have no symptoms. I haven't for years.
Low blood sugar and high blood sugar go together. It's a sign that your insulin is overworking. You got to start to resensitize your sweet tooth or resensitize your sweet chemistry. So do a fast, and then for 1 or 2 days, then start to reintroduce the sweet foods into your diet, but very, very small amounts. And what you're going to notice is that you don't need as much sweet foods, and that includes bread and potatoes and rice, as you did before to get that sweet buzz. So you need to resensitize your sweet chemistry by stopping sweet foods and then reintroducing them in a much smaller amount. Okay?
Okay, but I'm not on anything sweet except one.
Yeah, you are, ma'am. You are.
Yeah.
No, ma'am. If you have if you have low blood sugar, you're eating something that's sparking up your insulin. You may not think it's sweet. Potatoes don't taste sweet, but when you chew them in your mouth and the potato dissolves in your saliva, you'll taste the sweet. So sweets are disguised. But if you have insulin, if you have a low blood sugar, you have an insulin problem, and that means something is getting into your system that's activating the sugar system, the sugar chemistry. That's sweet.
I do understand what you're saying. I do understand that. But I'm telling you, all I'm eating for my meals is Slender FX whey replacement meals, okay?
Yeah. Well, hang on. Do you ever hear something called lactose?
Yeah.
Lactose is called milk sugar, and it's in whey. So just the Slender FX, the Slender FX could be doing it. See what I'm saying? We don't realize that we're getting these things in our system, but the chemistry reveals it. You know what I'm saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire. You can't say, oh, I have smoke, but I have fireproofing. Oh, I have smoke here, but I have asbestos in my wall, so there can't be a fire. No, you got fire. You got smoke, you got a fire. If you have low blood sugar, you're getting something in your system that's activating the insulin, and it could easily be the Slender FX. I don't know what it is, but you have to backtrack to what it is. If you have hypoglycemia, period. If you have hypoglycemia, you got something activating your sugar system. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you. And that's awesome, awesome news. Okay. I'm not sure who this is. What's going on? Welcome to the bright side. I don't know who you are, but I just opened you up here. Who is this?
From New Hampshire.
Oh, what's up, Brian? How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm glad I could get a hold of you. I actually got an injury. I was skiing, and I fell down the mountain. Now,
I'm having a hard time hearing you there, Brian. What's your question? You fell down the mountain, and then what?
My apologies. Yes, I ended up.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't hear what you're saying, my friend. You're just cutting out, bro. And we only have about a minute. I got to get you to call back. I'm sorry, man. I just couldn't understand you. Rose in Virginia, got about a minute. What's going on?
Yes, I wanted. Hello. There's a problem.
We're having all kinds of phone problems
I'll
here.
call you next time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize to the listeners. I don't know what the heck's going on with the phones and the studio, and we'll get to the bottom of it. So I totally apologize. Anyway, so if you guys are interested in checking out my blog, it's pharmacistben.com. You can also go to criticalhealthnews.com, pharmacistben.com and criticalhealthnews.com. Check out my blog. If you're interested in joining the Brightside Ben team, love to have you on the team. Our number is 866-735-2470. You can talk to anybody on the Brightside Ben phone team for a one-time $10 fee. You can join the Brightside Ben team, start yourself a longevity business, make some money selling longevity products, and of course, get your products at the wholesale price. If you're on the fence, just listen to this program and listen to the callers and listen to the success stories. I've been watching the success stories now since 1998. That's a long time, you guys, and I'm a healthcare professional. I'm not telling you this because I'm just trying to sell you a product or have you join my team. I'm a healthcare professional. I'm dedicated to your health. That's why I do this program every day. That's why I call this program The Bright Side, by the way, because it's the good news that says we can be healthy without doctors, without drugs, without the medical model, which at the end of the day could care less whether we live or die as long as it extracts our funds. All right, that's all I got to say. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You've been listening to Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. We'll talk to y'all later, folks. Have an awesome, spectacular, wonderful day. Bye for now.
Mike Stenerson from Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
If the IRS has garnished your paycheck or seized money from your bank account, you need to get professional tax help now. Fast action is required to put a halt to these aggressive IRS collection tactics. You can count on the knowledgeable team of tax professionals at Wall & Associates. With over 30 years of experience, Wall & Associates has settled the tax problems of thousands of taxpayers for a small fraction of what they owed. For a free face-to-face consultation, call 1-800-425-4610 to put a wall between you and the IRS. 1-800-425-4610 or look for us on the web at wallandassociates.net. We solve tax problems. If you hire Wall & Associates today, you'll never have to talk to the IRS again. To stop the levies and seizures today, take action now. Call Wall & Associates at 1-800-425-4610. Wall & Associates, 1-800-425-4610.